everyone, it's your favorite girl Harry, and I thank you guys so much for tuning in on this last day of Black History Month. So today I didn't take any suggestions for the person that I am talking about because I had already kind of looked into this person, and then I saw a particular tweet online. And after researching this person, one of the articles that came up was the Black gay millionaire that you didn't know about. And that being the fact with this tweet, which I will post somewhere up here so that you all can read, I felt like it was only best that I talk about this person. And that man's name is Norris B. Herndon. So, without further ado, girl, let's get into the video. Norris B. Herndon was born on July 15th, 1897. His birthday is a day before mine. We love a fellow Cancer. He was born to Alonzo Herndon and Adrian McNeil Herndon. Also, both of his parents were Cancer. I said, oh, yes, we love a house full of Cancers. And then I kept researching and I was like, maybe I don't like his father so much. But his father's money was long. Alonzo Herndon founded the Atlanta Life Insurance Company, which is still in business to this day. He gave seed money to the Niagara Movement, which is the predecessor of the NAACP, the Urban League, and Tuskegee University. Norris Herndon would attend high school at Atlanta University, and he would also complete his undergraduate studies in 1919 from that same school. We know Atlanta University now as Clark Atlanta University. He would move on to get his master's from Harvard University School of Business in 1921. Post-graduation, he would go to work for his father's firm, but nepotism was not on his side. He would work from a cashier to the company's first vice president by 1924. Now, this is where we get into why I really wanted to make this video, because it is very plain to see that Norris B. Herndon came from a place of privilege. His parents both had mixed race heritages and were able to pass, giving them access to things and to be able to reach heights that the average Black family would not have been able to do during this time. But it is still the 1920s, and Norris B. Herndon is still a Black man, and he is a gay Black man. And all of that is found out through historians that would study letters between he and his father during his time at Harvard University. It would seem as though they had a strained relationship, and they would use coded language in their letters to talk around Norris's sexuality and his behavior. His father would often call them frivolous ways. Norris at one point in time told him that he was lonely, and his father told him to go to church. And he told them that he needed to find some discipline in his life, and to do that, maybe he also needed to work out a little bit more as well. All of this was interesting to me because even over 100 years span of time, not much has changed in regards to the Black community and how we interact with our parents and our coming out and how we're perceived and how they believe people to perceive us, or even if they are not okay with who we are, and how they go about trying to cover that up and make us change. And if history doesn't repeat itself, it sure does rhyme. But because of the words of his father and his insisting upon Norris living a straight and narrow life, he would essentially become a recluse. He would deny himself feelings and really didn't talk a lot. He became an extreme introvert. I wouldn't be surprised if there was a little neurodivergence there. But he lived a very private adult life. In 1927, Alonzo Herndon would pass away, and Norris B. Herndon would become the second president of the Atlanta Life Insurance Company. Norris B. Herndon would be Atlanta Life Insurance Company's president for 45 years, and he would continue his father's work in aiding in the liberation of African American people. He would continue to fund things like the NAACP and their legal department and provide them with training spaces using his own offices. He would also continue to fund Black education and donate to places like Morris Brown College and continue to put money into Atlanta University. And there is a stadium there in his honor known as Herndon Stadium. And most notably, he would provide Martin Luther King Jr. with a life insurance policy and would often donate to his activism work to keep the fight going. Sadly, Norris B. Herndon would pass away on June 7th, 1977. He never married. While Norris B. Herndon lived a very private life, his family's legacy is still alive and well in Atlanta, and you can visit his family home, which is a very large mansion that has now been turned into a museum that is called the Herndon House. I rather enjoyed learning about Norris B. Herndon for reasons that are simply because I didn't know who he was. But for the same reason I didn't know who he was is the same reason why that tweet got on my nerves so bad. Because he was asked not to show up as himself. And what would have Black liberation look like if he was able to, besides the money part of it? How could he have changed or added to this Black liberation movement had he just been able to be his whole self? I like to think that he decided to just do the work because he felt like, if I can't be myself, maybe this work that is being done will allow people like me to eventually be who they are. A lot of people have the ideation that Blackness and queerness have no association with one another. I am a living proof that they do. Many people have the ideation that I am Black before I am queer. I do not believe that. I show up in my whole self to you all every day, and I refuse to hide or put down any part of it. Many reasons that you all don't know about one of Black history's richest eras, which is the Renaissance era, because it is very Black and it is very gay. But it also is the foundation of how many Black people see themselves in beauty today. So I hope I was able to teach you all something today, because it means the world to me that I can do this. But I love you all for tuning in, because you could have been anywhere else on the internet, but you decided to be here with me. Bye.